Global Citizen Fellowship Program that is supported by US artist Beyonce, is set to unearth African youth with remarkable potential. Now, 15 young people will each engage in a paid year-long fellowship that's aligned to one of the Global Citizen's 4 pillars of activity. The BeyGood Fellowship works with young aspiring Africans, taking them through a multi-phase curriculum that's designed to equip them and empower them with skills. To speak to us more about this, we're joined by the Senior Manager in Strategic Partnerships at Global Citizen, Didi Morake. Didi, an absolute pleasure to be talking to you this afternoon. A very important initiative, this. Just tell us a little bit more about what it's about.
Thank you so much, Risha, and thank you to all the listeners that are on air this morning. So the program is basically around, equipping young people with tools and skills that they need in order to thrive before entering the working world. Basically, how this came about was that a commitment was made on stage when, in December 2018, when the concert took place, whereby Beyonce, in collaboration with Tyler Perry, made a commitment to enroll 50 young Africans in a year-long paid fellowship. And so we are super excited to have the third class enrolled this year that consists of not just South Africans, but also young Nigerians as part of the program.
I mean, before we talk about exactly what the program entails, just talk to me about the first 2 classes, how they're founded. I'm sure you'd have had a chance to have a talk to them.
Yeah, definitely. So we are in constant communication. The first 2 classes have obviously been immersed in, the first year actually we're exposed to a number of, experiences that were pre-COVID, where they got exposed to understanding how we put together our events to the extent that they were a part of our Global Citizen Festival in New York. However, the 2020 class, we continued to run the curriculum all virtually due to COVID, and I think we managed to do that quite successfully, where we had a number of our senior leadership team as well as the team, Beyonce's team, involved in taking them through the course. So by that I mean that they get exposed to, a number of individuals within the various organizations, but they also get to understand the Global Citizen model and enroll in different departments within GC, so that being campaigns, partnerships, marketing, and rewards.
And how much of a role does Queen Bee and Tyler Perry also play in this? Do the youngsters get to engage with them at all during the program?
So the last year's class, we're fortunate enough to engage with her in this kind of setting. She does get involved to the extent that she crafts the narrative around what it is that we cover in terms of content. So what we've identified are core skills that are needed for young people, such as, hard skills and soft skills. So, understanding complex problem solving, design thinking, learning how to ideate, learning how to manage stakeholders, and how to drive engagement around our movement. She does collaborate with us in the sense that she gives us a narrative in terms of what our key themes are, what are the strong messages that she's trying to invoke amongst young people. But she's also interested in wanting to identify what's happening on the ground.
And how do you then, put that narrative into motion? What are the structures then that this initiative consists of?
So the structure that we put in place basically is that we have our senior leadership team within Global Citizen that literally handhold the fellows and take them through what a day in the life of the senior marketing manager of Global Citizen Africa does. And they unpack with them a number of assignments, but they also get involved in the build up towards, our Global Citizen Live. So for instance, we have our Global Citizen Live event that's taking place in Lagos this year. And they are fully immersed in that experience from inception right through to the delivery of the event.
I mean, what's exciting, Didi, is you mentioned Lagos. Nigeria, for the first time this year, will be a part of this initiative. 5 from Nigeria. That must be something that's very exciting for you guys as well.
Yeah, we're super excited. I mean, we obviously are dealing with COVID and, having to face these dynamics of, connecting virtually. But we do have offices in Nigeria, so we are learning to adapt and really just make sure that there's cohesiveness and that, the fellows don't feel like it's the South African fellows versus the Nigerian fellows, and it's essentially one team.
I mean, you have offices, and that's where the fellows then get their experience as well. And you said it's paid, so it's pretty amazing in the fact that they get, a salary or a stipend, if I can call it that rather, and they get experience.
Yeah, so they do get it's a year-long paid fellowship, and they do get a monthly stipend. I think what is really interesting about the fact that, these are the types of young people who have never earned a salary. So there's a lot of teaching that we provide them in terms of like financial literacy, getting your first paycheck, understanding an actual pay slip. What does that look like? What does that mean? So we have to take them through each and every single step so that they are, confident enough to go out there eventually once the course is done and, know certain things when it comes to their finances.
So why not a little bit young and a little bit older?
Look, when we started with the program, we felt that that age bracket was essential for us to start connecting with, looking at our global citizen database and our core audience. We primarily focus at a slightly older audience in terms of like millennials. And so we felt that there was a need for us to, tackle this specific age bracket because of our, high unemployment rate within South Africa as well as Nigeria. And we felt that these young people are the ones who are trying to figure things out. So gone are the days where young people follow the normal trajectory of like, I go to school, I go to high school, and then I go to university. And, it's because of a number of reasons due to, financial issues at home or just the inability to find access to furthering your studies. And so we felt that this is the gap that is just trying to figure things out. And before they decide on a career path or an entrepreneurial journey, we need to assist them. And so we felt that 21 to 25 would be suitable for us.
Okay, so talk to me about how they apply and also what then the requirements are. And this is, of course, to become part of the 2022 class, correct?
Yeah. So basically what they need to do is they can submit in the form of a video or an essay to answer the following questions. How do they identify as a global citizen? So that what we strive to look out for there is just to understand what are the social issues that they're doing within their communities, and how do they see themselves as a BeyGood fellow. And also lastly, what we ask them to do is just, send us a motivation as to why they feel they should be selected. We often identify for learners or young people between the 21 to 25-year-old age group, but predominantly from disadvantaged backgrounds.
All right. Thank you so much for your time this morning. That's the Senior Manager in Strategic Partnerships at Global Citizen, Didi Morake, and that is regarding how you can become part of the BeyGood Fellowship. It's a phenomenal initiative, taking 15 of the brightest minds, young minds in Africa, in South Africa and Nigeria, and putting them through quite an amazing fellowship program by the looks of things. Right.